Hello, hello. Good to see you guys again. Welcome to the hangout for tonight. We're going to do some breath work. It has been a while since we have done some breath work, and I thought today would be a wonderful day to do that because it is the full moon, and even though you could be doing breath work every single day, I found that this may be a really good opportunity to use the breath with the intention of working with the full moon. And for me, I see the full moon as cycles coming to completion, and then the new moon is like planting a seed. So, as far as the full moon, today we're going to be focusing on one thing that you want to let go or release, or one cycle or chapter that you want to complete in your life, and just setting that intention in your breathwork session today, or whatever you want your intention to be for the full moon. It will kind of amplify that intention since we're working with energy in such a cool way. So, hello, good to see you, little Mayos. Thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. I know it's a little bit later than usual, but I found that the later streams are kind of fun, and a lot of people seem to be up late and seem to enjoy them, so I thought I would try a few more of those later night streams every once in a while. So today, guys, we're going to do just a little bit of breath work. I'm going to show you one of my favorite techniques for using breath work to deepen dream states or to kind of kickstart hypnagogia. So as you guys know, when you are working with your dreams, as far as inducing a lucid dream or working with liminal dreaming, or maybe even working to induce an out-of-body experience, there's several phases that we go through, and we enter this state called mind awake, body asleep. It's kind of like it's a little bit after the liminal experience. When you enter liminal dreams or liminal dreaming, you're really close to sleep. You're on the edge of awakened sleep, right? And so you see lots of colors and maybe dream scenes, and you start to experience sensation. And then once you actually cross into sleep, so once your body is actually asleep while your mind stays aware, that is when you are in mind awake, body asleep. So if you start to see liminal or hypnagogic images, and even as you're falling asleep at night, you start to see lots of color and flashes of light, and your states just start to deepen more and more, that is a sign that you are starting to bridge the gap between awake and asleep. And if you keep going, you will eventually reach mind awake, body asleep. So this is a technique that can kind of help relax the body more quickly for entering dream states, even if you don't plan to induce a lucid dream or an out-of-body experience. As you guys know, liminal dreaming and hypnagogia, that happens when we are awake. We can practice hypnagogia when we're in the passenger seat of a car, when we are laying down on the couch just listening to music, closing our eyes. You are anchoring your awareness to this experience, but you're closing your eyes and allowing your consciousness to travel deeper. So we are going to explore a little bit of that today in our breathwork session. I'm going to give you guys just a taste of how you can do this in your own practice, and we're going to do just a couple different types of breathwork and then get into the experience. Hello, welcome, thank you so much for joining. One thing I do want to say, guys, is make sure that you have a comfortable place to lie down for this experience. If you want to lie down, you can. If you want to just kind of lean back in a comfortable position, you totally can. Just make sure that your diaphragm is in a comfortable, straight position where you can breathe clearly without feeling like your breath is obstructed in any way. One thing I do recommend for breath work is a sleeping mask, because that can really allow us to tap into the visuals more easily. When we have so much light coming in from the outside, we can kind of focus on that when we are closing our eyes, meditating, or whatever it may be, right? And so when we start from a blank canvas, just a completely black space, it's easier to see when we are deepening our state and when we can see some of those dream scenes and flashes of light and colors come in, like we're talking about. And when those do come in, when you do notice the changes in your vision, or even in sensation when we are doing this breath work, just relax into it. Trust yourself. Of course, go at your own pace. We're going to be using deep diaphragmatic breathing, and so you can go really, really deep, really quickly with diaphragmatic breathing. And there are so many different techniques for this. There's lots of DMT breathing that, like rapid fire breathing. that kind of unlocks that those really intense sensation. And so there's ways to slightly manipulate the breath in different ways to kind of get a different result. So trust yourself. Eventually, I've found with breathwork, you eventually find your flow with it, and your intuition knows what to do. So if you enter that and you just need to follow your own flow, definitely do that. Put your own pace first as your first priority, and just flow with what feels good. This is going to be just kind of a chill, relaxed session, but make sure you have a comfortable place to relax. Get some water, again, a sleeping mask or something to cover your eyes. Back when I didn't even have a sleeping mask, I would use my hair to like wrap it around like this, and I could wrap it literally all the way, obviously not with my glasses on, but I could like lay on my hair and make it a little sleeping mask. I've used a shirt just laid over my face before. Really, whatever you have that works will work. So go ahead and get comfortable, and again, when you start this breathing, we're going to start together. I'm going to kind of guide you into the experience, and then whenever you feel like you kind of either have the hang of it or you kind of know where you want to take your breathing, then go ahead and follow that. So while you guys get comfortable, I'm just going to go ahead and get the music pulled up, so just give me 1 second. All right, and I'm going to test the audio with you guys, and I want to see, I want to make sure that the audio isn't too loud, the music isn't too loud over my voice, so we're going to test it really fast. So let me know how well you can hear the music compared to my voice. We're going to turn it up a little bit. Tell me how loud the music is compared to my voice. Is the music too loud? Is the music too soft? Is my voice too loud? Let me know, and we will be good to go. No worries. Good idea, my friend. All right, how's the audio? Does it sound good? Is the music too loud? It's looking good on my end. I might turn down the music just slightly. All right, we should be good to go. Again, at any time, if anyone joins and hears the audio, well, probably not if we're in the complete middle. If I catch it and you type it in the chat, of course, I will get to it. But if anyone is just joining in, and you can just let me know how the music to audio is, music to my voice is, then we should be good to go. But let's see. Blanket is another thing I recommend. So having a comfortable place to lie down, a bottle of water just in case you get thirsty. I definitely recommend hydrating after breathwork anyway. So that would be definitely a good thing to bring along. And then a blanket. I tend to get super cold when I do breathwork. Some people run more hot. I get cold. And so I always have like a light blanket on, basically, or at least near me. And yeah, you just really want to make sure that you are as comfortable as possible and that you don't have really any disruptions while you are doing this little session. And again, this could be something you do before bed. I'm going to stop the music really quick. This is going to be a breathwork session that you can do right before your techniques, that you can do before bed to help you get to sleep quicker. Again, this is helping you deepen your state quicker. So it can be used for techniques where you want to be in more of a deep meditative state, like some of the dream states we've talked about, or you can just use it to help you get to sleep, to reset your nervous system. It's really great for calming down anxiety. You'll find that with most breath work anyway. But yeah, lots of ways to use it. And before we get started, as far as the breath work, I want us all to set our intention for the full moon. So if you have something to write in, it could even just be a sticky note. It could be your phone. If you have a paper nearby, we're just going to write our intention down. because we're going to be working with that energetically through our breathing. And it's perfect that it's a full moon, because that's perfect for kind of releasing, and that will actually allow you to deepen your lucid dreams and your out-of-body experiences more easily. At least getting into them is shedding any energy that you don't need. When we are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, when we're overthinking, it's really hard to access these deeper states and tap into our creativity and even reach the dream state consciously, I found, because my mind is so overactive, it kind of tends to subconsciously sabotage it. And so this act of letting go through the breath is definitely recommended for your techniques as well, because also like the fear that people have sometimes with out-of-body experiences and stuff like that, it's definitely a good idea to maybe take a moment to release anything that could be a roadblock in your practice before. So yeah, this breathwork will be the perfect addition to it. So we're going to go ahead and get started on this. So just write your intention of what you are letting go of or releasing, or the cycle that you are completing. And again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can even just say, for this full moon in Pisces, I am now ready to let go of blank, or to finish the chapter of blank. And what's cool about Pisces is it rules our emotions. It kind of rules spirituality. The dream world, this is all very like Piscean energy. And so maybe if you have any blocks specifically with dream work as well, that would also be a fantastic intention, because it goes with the energies of Pisces anyway. But take a minute, write down your intention, and you can really do anything you want with the paper afterwards. I kind of store them all in like this big like jar from all of my ceremonies over time, and then once it all gets full, I burn it. You can just throw it away. You can do whatever you want to it. The important thing with all of this is intention, combining intention with action. So that's why we are using the action of breath to nurture the intention of what we are letting go of. It's the same reason we make a wish before we blow out a candle. It's like we do all of these little things with an intention, and that's where the power is in your intention. So just know that that's the priority when it comes to anything magical or spiritual you're doing in your practice. Okay, so if you have your intention of what you are releasing ready to go, you can go ahead and just put that to the side. If you need another minute, let me know. Again, this is just going to be a very simple intention of what you are completing, what you are releasing, or what you are letting go of for this full moon in Pisces. And extra bonus points if it happens to be related to creativity or spirituality or dreams, because again, that energy is supported by the Piscean energy anyway. All right, so once you have your intention written down, you're just gonna maybe look at it once, really scan it and tune into it, and keep that intention at least at the forefront of your focus to begin with when we start our breathwork. All right. And I hope that the volume is good for the handpan music. Again, let me know if it's too loud or too quiet, but go ahead and find a nice, comfortable place to relax. Again, I recommend lying down if you can. If you can't, maybe finding a reclined position. And if you would like, sitting up straight is totally fine as well, but just keep in mind this makes you very relaxed, and so it might be nice to not have to use any energy to hold yourself up or anything like that. Once you have found your place to relax, and you have either your water bottle, your blanket with you, your intention, just take a moment to close your eyes and tune into that intention, that thing that you are ready to finally let go of, that you are finally ready to complete, that you're finally ready to finish, even if it's an unfinished cycle in your life that you are done looping through. You get to interrupt the pattern now. So take a moment, close your eyes, and imagine what it would be like on the other side of it. So what if you were actually able to finish that chapter, or to release the block that you had around your dream work or your creativity or your spiritual practice? What would that look like? If this intention came true for the full moon, how would that actually change how you feel, what your life looks like, even if it's in just a small area of your life? The biggest way to attract what we desire, especially through our intention, is to know what that looks like on the other side of that. So really feel the feeling of achieving this intention. Now I want you to just put your hands on your belly, and we're going to practice some diaphragmatic breathing. So we're going to use the power of our diaphragm to cleanse the body of any stagnant air and allow some new, fresh, beautiful oxygen in. So we're going to start with an exhale. You're going to pucker your lips almost like you're sucking through a straw, and you're going to exhale slowly and consistently all of the oxygen that you have left in your body. And again, at least one hand on your belly, and you should feel your belly really meeting the back of your spine. So you should feel your belly contracting. Keep going and squeeze out any and all oxygen that you can through this breath. And once you have done that, on the inhale, go ahead, keep your lips positioned the same way, and expand your belly like a balloon. Take your time, go slow, like you're filling up a balloon, slowly and consistently. And then keep going even after your belly is full. You should still have a little bit of space to fill your lungs as well. And once you're at about like 90% capacity, or whatever feels most comfortable to you with the breath, you're going to go ahead and do another exhale, contracting the belly again. So you really should be working this belly muscle. And again, you want to be breathing as slowly and consistently as you can to begin. And once you get to the end of your breath, you're just going to hold for a couple moments before you continue to the next one. So we are inhaling and exhaling, really moving the diaphragm. And did you know our belly is actually where we store trapped emotion? And so really allow yourself to move your belly with each and every breath. And it may feel like a little bit of a workout for the first handful of breaths, but just stick with it. Find a comfortable pace, but just don't sacrifice the depth of your breath. We want to be going as deep as we can into each and every breath. So make that the focus, even if you've got to slow down. That's totally fine. We want to find a nice, comfortable pace. Remember to stay engaged with your belly. Maybe have your hand on your belly. And just notice what it feels like to cleanse your body of this stale oxygen and to be breathing in such a powerful way. We usually don't breathe so deeply. A lot of us are shallow breathers, and the quality of even our heart health and our brain health, a lot of it comes down to how we breathe. The quality of our life in general comes down to our quality of breathing. So really take time to slow down. And now remember this intention, and imagine that this thing that you've been trying to shift through, whether it is a cycle in your life that you've been wanting to break, or some sort of block that you've been experiencing, imagine that it's been stored inside your belly and you're now just finally able to pull it up using your breath. All right, we're gonna do a little technique to pull out any stuck energy. So keep doing what you're doing. Nothing's really going to change much about how you're breathing. So I just want you to keep doing what you're doing, keep your eyes closed. But I want you to imagine all of the stuck energy that does come to your mind when I tell you that. Like when I tell you to focus on what you're ready to release that's been stored or that you felt like you've been stuck with for a while. I want you to imagine it in your belly. And on your next exhale, I want you to imagine that your body is a well. And on the exhale, that breath is the bucket going down, 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 down to your belly. So keep breathing. Exhale, exhale, all the way down to your belly. And on the inhale, that bucket is just scooping up that emotion, that energy, those whatever you are shifting and integrating and releasing is being brought back up in the inhale, all the way back up to the crown of your head, and exhale. Pour it over you. Yep, we are pouring the energy over us that we are getting rid of. You know why? It's because you are owning it, you are allowing yourself to see it, experience it, you are not scared of it. And so diving deep down with that energetic bucket on your exhale, pulling that up on the inhale, and for one last final time, allowing that energy to be felt by being poured over your head. And you can keep doing this as long as you feel there's stuff ready to come out. Again, we're just going deep into the well with that bucket, and on that inhale, pulling it up, and on the next exhale, pouring it over our body. And notice how cleansed you feel after that, how light your body feels after pulling out all of that stuck emotion with this breath. And how good it feels to actually experience it one last time and say goodbye to it. And again, if there's something specific coming up in your mind that's ready to be released, that is not you making it up. It is because it is ready to be released. So use the power of your breath to meet that energy right where it is and pull it up throughout your body. And with your exhales, really allowing your belly to contract still. Now, once you have done this bucket method for a few breaths and you're starting to feel good, I want you to find stillness for a moment. So just breathe out your next exhale very slowly and come to just a normal, calm, gentle place. So just normalizing your breath, breathing through our nostrils now. Just take a moment to notice how you feel different from before you pulled the energy out from your root. Notice what changes you are experiencing in the body, whether it is a shift in emotion, it's a sensation, maybe it's something you see with your eyes closed. Now, send gratitude to it. Send gratitude to the full moon that we were able to release that together. You can just take a moment to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Arigato. Whatever you want to say to show your appreciation. And now we are going to allow ourselves to deepen into the dream state. So, again, we're just playing with deep relaxation and anchoring our awareness. So, take a moment just to tune into where you are. Now we're going to use the power of our nasal inhaling. So, very slowly and controlled, breathe in through your nose. And I want you to let out a sigh through your mouth. And these breaths should be the same. You want to still let out as much as you can through that exhale. So it should kind of feel like a warm breath. Since we're doing the exhales with our mouth open, this should be very warming to the body. On the inhales through our nose, that expands our belly, and on the exhale, we are exhaling with our mouth open and contracting the belly back to our spine. And one more powerful inhale through the nose, expanding the belly, and exhale through the mouth. Now we're going to step into some breath work that we used to do on the channel. So take a moment to find stillness before we jump in. One thing to note with this breath work, I call it lucidity breath work, is it can be really powerful sensation-wise, just because you're oxidizing your blood through your deep breathing. So you may feel a little bit tingling, you may feel an elevation in your state of consciousness, you could have emotions come up. Wherever you're at, know that you are completely safe, and whatever is coming up is safe to come up, is ready to come up. And just follow your own intuition, follow your own flow. I will be guiding you, but if you ever need to step out of that and do your own thing, definitely do so. And of course, if you need to stop at any time, please make sure to do that. All right, we're going to start with the exhale again. Again, we're going back now to breathing in through the mouth and breathing out through the mouth. Again, position your mouth as if you are sucking through a straw. This is going to help make sure that the breath is consistent and we can draw it out as long as possible. So let's start with our exhales. Should almost sound like a blizzard or a winter storm as you're breathing out this exhale through your mouth. You should feel your belly kind of contracting back to your spine. Breathe out as much air as you possibly can. All right, and begin your next inhale, but pick up the pace just slightly. You should find almost like a dance with your inhales and exhales. Right, when your belly expands all the way, allow it to contract, and it's almost like you're removing the space between the inhale and the exhale. It's starting to become one moving motion. Inhale, exhale, inhale. That may be your pace right now, just meeting that inhale and exhale. If you're a little quicker than that and that feels good, great. If you're going a little bit more gentle than that and that feels good, great. Keep doing what you're doing. Just really focus on the depth of your breath. The more you do this breathing, the easier it will get. You will feel that your belly, your diaphragm muscles actually start to stretch out and expand a little bit. And so it does get easier to take in those inhales. And you may need to open your mouth a little bit more for this style of breath, since it's not such a pinpoint needle breathing where it's like really drawn out. Since we're picking up the pace a little bit, it's okay to position yourself in a different way, whatever feels good. I wouldn't recommend having your mouth wide open when you're exhaling and inhaling. You'll run out of air so quickly, so just know that the more closed your mouth is, the longer you're able to maintain your breath. So kind of find your perfect position here. Again, the main thing we want to focus on is relaxing, coming back to the breath, and focusing on the depth of our breathing. So really meeting those exhales and those inhales fully. I'll give you just a couple moments now to explore this on your own. And again, just follow the music and get lost in your breath. And anytime your mind wanders, just come back to the breath and just know that the depth is more important than picking up the pace. So I'll give you just a moment now to explore this on your own. Every single movement that you make with your belly and your diaphragm is shifting energy in your body. I promise you, this is such a powerful practice for yourself, especially once you really get deep in this style of breathing. You will feel everything that is shifting inside. It's a very beautiful experience, so trust yourself, relax into it, and if you want to deepen the sensations or the experience that you're having, that's where you're going to want to pick up the depth of breath and the pace a little bit. So if you've ever done Wim Hof breathing before, it's going to feel similar to that pace. So it'll be more in, out, in, out, in, out, if you are going that pace, and that is with the full expansion of the belly and the contraction of the belly with each breath. So if that feels good and that feels like a pace that you want to go today, please, this is your time. Welcome any sensations in. Notice any sensations. Maybe you feel a little bit tingly in your hands and your feet, and that's totally normal. Maybe you feel some shifts in your emotion. Totally normal. Anything that you feel is actually what's been stored inside. So whatever you feel during this experience is what was already stored inside before you came. So that could be laughter, it could be anything. And if it's stillness and peace, let it be that. Your breath will guide you. Just come back to your breath, come back to the depth of your breath, and it will guide you exactly where you need to go. All right, guys, now we're going to do a breath hold. So on your next exhale, I want you to push out all your air. Exhale, exhale, expand, contract the belly, squeeze out all of your air, and I want you to hold on the exhale. So once you exhale all the air, I want you just to hold your breath for one moment. Find stillness in this exhale hold. Notice how your body feels. And when I give you the cue, you're going to inhale super sharply through your nose. It should be a very quick inhale. You're going to pull all the energy up to your crown through an inhale nostril breath, okay? And 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. And hold at the top of your crown. So we just moved from an exhale hold into an inhale hold. You should feel this energy at the top of your crown and release. You can exhale. Let go for a moment. And we will start again. So that's kind of how these sets are gonna go. You're gonna just go into your flow, your breathing, and then every once in a while we're gonna stop for an exhale hold to reset and really bring all of that energy that we're wringing out to the crown of our head. So that's the point of this exhale hold. You can go ahead and just begin your next set, and again you may want to start with that deep exhale again and just move back into your pace of breath. You can slowly find the pace and the depth that you were just at, if that's what feels good to you. And notice how you feel after that exhale hold. We're going to do 2 more of those. So when we are exhaling and inhaling, we are going to really blend the space between our exhale and inhale. So it should almost feel like a dance between the inhale and the exhale. It should feel like a rounded breath, if that makes sense. Your inhale and your exhale, they make a full circle. As soon as one stops, the other one begins. And again, if you're wanting to deepen your sensations you're feeling and deepen your state, You can do that by the pace and the depth of your breath, just focusing on the depth and slightly increasing the pace of your breath. If you like where you're at, keep your pace right where you're at. If ever the sensations get a little too intense for you, just slow down your breath. I will say that the deeper your breathing is and the more kind of consistent your pace is, when you do the exhale holds and the inhale, when we bring that up through that nostril breath, it can release DMT that's stored in the body. That's why you may feel a really powerful sensation when you do that inhale. So this is kind of an alteration of a DMT breath. Alright, almost time to do our next exhale hold. So go ahead and deepen your breathing just for the sake of that. Really find more depth in your breath. And again, we can do that by really exhaling all of the oxygen that we can, like really wringing out our diaphragm, and then really expanding our belly like a balloon with every inhale, and really just allowing each inhale and exhale to be as full as possible. And again, finding that nice rhythm with it, that's going to help you get the most out of the times where we call up that energy through the inhale. All right, and on your next exhale, go ahead and wring out that breath. Squeeze that diaphragm, squeeze that air out of your body, and come to a still place. Once you are finished with that exhale, so find a hold here. Just notice how the body feels as you hold on this exhale. Notice any sensations that are present. Notice how much lighter you may feel. And on this inhale breath that we're about to take, again, it's going to be through your nostril, and you're just going to breathe up that air as quickly as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and inhale. And hold. Feel that energy at the crown of your head. Feel that energy swirling at your crown. Sometimes you can see it in front of your vision. Maybe you start to see colors when you hold on the inhale. And exhale. Letting it out with a sigh. Taking a moment before you begin your last set. And because this is our last set, take this time to add any depth, to play around with your pace in any way. Just notice how that changes your experience. Really, the deeper you breathe, the more you will feel. It really is like you're allowing your breath to act as your awareness, where you get to go a lot deeper into different parts of the body. And of course, exhale. Sorry if I didn't say exhale. Exhale when you are ready or when you cannot hold anymore, of course. And the more you do these rounds, you increase how long you do the exhale hold for, and you increase slightly how long you do the inhales for, because the more that you work with your belly and your diaphragm, your lung capacity increases as well. Even just through one session, you'll notice in the later sets you can breathe more deeply and hold your breath for longer as well. All right, finding your pace again for this last set. Enjoy your rhythm, enjoy your beautiful cleansing breath. And again, use this time maybe to play around with how you breathe during this set. And again, if you feel you need to move at any time, if you feel you need to make any sounds, if you feel like you need to laugh, let out any emotion, know that that's what this breathwork helps support, is that really deep cleansing. Alright, we're about to do our exhale hold, so just take a couple more moments to deepen these last breaths we have together. And exhale, hold. Exhale all of your air. Really contract the belly. And find stillness on the exhale. Hold. Relax your muscles during this also. We tend to tighten our muscles and tense up when we're holding our breath, but what if you relaxed all of your muscles? What does that feel like? And inhale through the nose, bringing that energy, bringing that breath to the crown and holding at the top. And exhale. Now I just want you to relax. Now I want you to just witness what the breathing has done to the state that you're in. You can start to really slow down your breathing and just go back to nasal breathing. You can keep doing this breath work if it feels good and you're really starting to enter your own rhythm. But this breath work can be used to get you to deeper states. And so if you're where you want to be right now, just take some time to normalize your breathing and relax in this state. And if you still want to deepen the sensations that you're experiencing and you still want to go for a little bit longer, totally take your time to do that as well. I'll give you a moment to enjoy wherever you're at. Notice what you see behind your closed eyes. Notice what you feel in your physical body. Notice if there's any ideas coming up, memories, emotions. Welcome it all up. This state is really powerful for inducing mind awake, body asleep because it wrings the body out of any excess energy. It helps clear the mind. It helps get you into a theta brainwave state. And I can't tell you how many times I've fallen asleep during a deep breathwork session. And so whether your intention is to get to a deeper dream state, whether your intention is to fall asleep, whether your intention is to get right to the edge of sleep and practice some liminal dreaming or play with hypnagogic imagery, this breathwork can get you there, wherever you want to go. It's really amazing for deep relaxation. And so it's very helpful to cut a lot of the time for your techniques down by a lot. How much of your techniques do you spend trying to just get relaxed enough? So that's definitely where I spend most of my time, I would say, when it comes to inducing experiences at will. And so this is kind of a little way to kickstart that relaxation. Now, just gently, I want you to, of course, take your time and really just feel. I want you to get really good at feeling what's going on inside your body, because when we are practicing entering these deeper states, they're phases we go through. It's a whole process, right? And we can almost monitor what phase we're in based off these little subtle signs or sensations or scenes that come into our vision. And so really just witness what is being experienced through this breathing. And of course, when you fully come back, I would love to hear about your experience, and if anything cool happened, I would love to hear about how you felt, how you feel, and what you can see yourself using this breath work for, perhaps. Again, I love using this right before, like if I decide I want to try to induce like an out-of-body experience or something midday, or I want to practice liminal dreaming, but I feel super awake. It's kind of like a pattern interrupt without taking a nap, you know? It gets you to that state without having to actually commit to a nap during the day and then wake up and then you're like, okay, now I'm in the kind of groggy / relaxed but aware enough state where I can induce a lucid dream or an out-of-body experience. This breath work gets you to that without having to go to sleep first, if that makes sense. And I've noticed really vivid dreams after breathwork sessions. So you may have to try this before bed as well and see how it helps get you to sleep and if you experience any dreams from it, or see how your dreams are different after breathwork. Again, there are so many different styles of breathwork we can do. I have lots of different styles of breathwork I want to chat with you guys about. Lucidity breathwork is one that I kind of came up with, I guess, because it's a combination of a lot of the breathwork styles that I like. And after trying so many of them and working with this style a lot and just playing with how I combine different styles of breathwork, I've found some are really helpful for dream states and hypnagogia and mind awake, body asleep. And so this is one I definitely enjoy a lot. And you can tell it's not one specific technique. It's more of the way that you're breathing. Again, this like really drawn out slow breaths through the nose. Sometimes I'll do that before bed and I'll only think about my breath. And I'm not even kidding, in like 3 breaths I'm asleep. So that style of breathing is really good for getting to sleep. This one has a little bit more of a pace to it, has a little bit more depth, and it can be energizing even, depending on how you do it. And it's kind of a variation of DMT breathing, Wim Hof breathing, several different types of breathing. I mean, we've talked about holotropic breathwork on the channel, and this style of breathing is kind of encompassing pieces from all of my favorite styles of breathing. And again, knowing that the intention that you came to this session with, know that you worked on that energetically with your breath. And we don't realize how much energy and emotion we hold and store inside of the body, And this really, really allows that energy to move. And we can experience that during our breathwork session with different things coming up, whether it's laughter, whether it's tears, whether it's remembering a really beautiful experience from a past memory. There's so much stored inside that desires to be expressed and integrated. And it's a magical experience to see what happens when we work on clearing this vessel out, And so many of us breathe so shallow, we don't realize that all of that air, like imagine you're full, like your whole diaphragm and your lungs are full of air, right? And then imagine you're taking in just these tiny little breaths. You have so much stale, stagnant oxygen sitting inside of you. I mean, oh my gosh, I can totally relate to being a more shallow breather. I've had to really be conscious of changing the way that I breathe. And I'm telling you, it is like a complete night and day difference. I have more energy, I have more focus, I can sleep better, my dreams are more vivid, my digestion feels better, I just feel more clear. It's crazy what breathwork can do for the body, let alone the mind and our spiritual self and the spiritual experiences we can have through this breath. It's amazing. But if there's anyone that would like to share their experience, please feel free to share. And if you are still exploring your breath, I definitely recommend just to flow with that as long as it feels good. You will know when your session is over. So just trust that and get lost in your breath for as long as you need. And I recommend finding some good long music that you can use for your breath work. If you guys would like, I work with my producer Mitcha, who made these breathwork beats. If there's a specific type of breathwork like music that you would like for your breathing session, maybe one with more of a consistent beat or one that's like whatever it may be, I'm totally open to chatting with him to see if we can create the perfect breathwork beats for you and just post one here to the channel so you guys can use it at any time without having to rely on the live stream sessions. I would love to upload at least a few tracks you guys could play with for your breathwork. To develop a honey collection. Oh, I love that, John. Do you make them? There's lots of people around here at like the farmers and flea markets that they make their own honey and jams and oh my gosh, it's so cool. I definitely want to get into it. Do you mail any of that? Or where can I get the blueberry blossom one? I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm gonna need you to tell me where the blueberry blossom one's from, because I love that. Also, I gave in and tried to join Telegram. They don't like any. Oh wait, what happened? Did it just say that they don't accept your email or what? I know that Eric, our mod, had a few issues as well joining Telegram and wasn't able to join for a while. And I would love to have you in there, so let's get this figured out for sure. Thinking of, I usually message everyone basically through Telegram. That's the place where I'm most active. But I'm trying to see email domain, not allowed, try Hotmail and Gmail. I use Gmail. Doesn't it just ask for your phone number? Or does it ask for an email as well? Can't remember if it asked for my email, but we'll have to chat about that. If you want, you can email me just at contact.thelucidmystic@gmail, and I'll see if we can figure that out together. Because it should totally take Gmail. I only use Gmail, So it should for sure take that. So that's so weird. We're gonna get that figured out, John. We are going to get that figured out. I love you guys. I really appreciate you for joining. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys have an incredible night. Again, your intention goes such a long way, and same with your breath. Even if you're having a stressful moment and you feel discomfort or emotionally just feel like you need to shift it, do that bucket technique, the well technique that we did during our breath work today. And it is such a powerful way to witness your emotion, move the energy throughout your body, and then express and integrate, like truly allow yourself to feel it before it's released. It's the easiest way to feel a feeling and to shift and move energy. So definitely try that anytime you need. Even if it's like a situation where someone pissed you off, I'm not even kidding, and you're kind of feeling annoyed after it, do the bucket technique for that emotion. I swear to God, it will help you in so many different situations. Of course, Scooter, thanks so much for joining. I appreciate it. Thanks, John. Well, thank you guys so much. I love you so much. I hope that this was helpful, and we'll definitely be doing more breath work in the future. So thanks again. I hope you guys have an incredible night, and I will see you next week. Bye.